guys, welcome back. It's me, Les. Is asleep. I'm currently filming the ferret video about our ferrets. As you know, a few videos ago, I did a video introducing our ferrets, Noodle and Ollie. They're babies. I don't know how old they are, but they're not like tiny, but they're definitely like still very young. So I'm doing this for anybody who has ferrets, who wants a ferret, wants to know what ferrets are like for maybe getting them in the future. I'm just going to go over a few key points. I have my paper here to kind of go over with you guys. So if I'm looking at my paper, that's what I'm looking at, obviously. If you hear a sound in the background, I don't know if you can, it's my like mopping the floor. So I'm sorry. Oh, you want to say hi? This is one of my cats. Boo, can you say hi? Can you say hi? So, starting with the first thing, I'm going to give you a little bit of facts that I know about ferrets that I researched from getting ferrets, and also just facts about my ferrets, because every ferret's different in their own little way. They have their own little quirks. But you know, like just like a dog, you know, they have like certain things that they do. Ferrets have certain things that they do. So I'm just going to go over them. Ferrets are social and emotional animals, meaning they're social as in they need a companion, they need a friend. Now our house has a lot of animals and everything, but they need a ferret to bond with. So it's good to not just buy one ferret, but to have two, because they're very social and they need that interaction, just like maybe a puppy. They need you to interact with them. Love having a companion. Love it. What I mean by emotional is they're very sensitive when it comes to certain things. So you don't hit them. Like you can't, if you ever spank a dog or you spank your child, whatever you do, you can't spank them, because they take that as you're hurting them. They don't understand that they did wrong and you're punishing them, like you're telling them that's wrong. They see it as you hurt them. They don't see the wrong that they did. They see that you hurt them. So they're going to associate you with hurting them, or they're going to associate, say, your hand, so a human hand, with hurting them, which is very bad, because they'll bite you or they'll run away from you, or you know, anything really of that sort. They won't, you know, associate with you. So it's important that you don't spank them or hit them or anything like that. You can look this up. It is a fact. Don't hit them. Don't hit them at all. The fact is they sleep a lot. So they can sleep up to an average of 18 hours a day. So that's only like 6 hours of the day that they're actually up and doing something. They're actually asleep right now. Our sleep schedules are messed up, so they're normally, I'd say they're out probably the 6 hours, and the rest of the hours they're sleeping, because they're a lot of work. So sometimes we just want to chill, and they're perfectly fine with that. Actually, you can look up, some websites are a little bit different, but some will say like they should be out of their cage for at least 2 hours a day to explore their surroundings. So they could really be in their cage you know, the 22 hours of the day and then be out. But we don't like that. Actually, we have them in our laundry rooms. We have a gate up. When it's bedtime, nap time, or whatever you want to say, it's their like downtime, we'll put them in there. They have like, I'm sorry, my cat loves to go outside and I won't let him go outside. Say hi. This is one of my other cats, Raven. He wants to go outside. You want to go outside? You can't go outside, buddy. It's bedtime. It's bedtime. He's upset with me. We have their little tunnel in there. They only have literally one toy, because they play with the other animals. They play with us. They play with each other. They just have a tunnel that they play in. They love the tunnel. They'll jump in it. They'll chase each other. Whatever. Anyways, we just haven't bought them any toys. We also have ping pong balls. I forgot. We have ping pong balls that they play with. I think they're all lost, actually. I don't know where they went, but ping pong balls, they love to chase the balls if just around. And the one thing is they're small enough to go under the couch. So if the ping pong ball goes under the couch, it's not like a dog where they can't get their toy back. They can just go get it. Perfectly fine. A fact that we didn't know until after probably 2 days of having them, from experience and from I looked it up, they use the bathroom as soon as they wake up. No matter what, they're going to use the bathroom. So if you have them in their cage, they're waking up, unless they are 100% litter box trained, let them, like if you're going to wake them up because you want them out, wake them up, let them wake up, let them use the bathroom in their cage, then let them out of the cage, because they are out a lot of the time. Like I said, they're out probably those full 6 hours that they're not sleeping, they're out with us, or they're awake in their like area. But they use the bathroom as soon as they wake up. So we learned that, you know, we had the cage open and they wake up, they will not use the bathroom in there because they're not fully litter box trained if the door is open, and they can use the bathroom somewhere else. They like to poop in corners or against like a wall. They're not going to poop in the middle of the floor if they have something else. So in their cage, you want to block off all corners. So we have a corner litter box in like a tray. Like it's literally a Tupperware container from Dollar Tree. We went and bought it today, actually, because they were pooping in that corner as well. And it's just, they poop a lot. Like, I'm not even kidding. Every time they wake up, they will use the bathroom because they're so little and they eat. So it digests faster because they have little bodies. So just like a squirrel or a rat or a bunny, like any other type of small animal, digests faster because their bodies are smaller. Biting, we had a huge issue with that, and I didn't even know it was an issue, or it was common before we got them. They would bite. They can bite out of anger, and they can bite because they want attention. They're social animals. They're social and emotional, like I was saying. So the biting, if you hit them, I said, you know, they could bite you. That's out of anger. That's their, you know, emotional side. But the social side is they want your attention. So literally, as I was looking up, why is my ferret biting me on my phone, he was biting me. And it was like, they want attention. So if they see you're on the phone, or you're watching TV, or you're not paying them attention, you might maybe doing like homework or anything else, they'll nibble at you, not to hurt you, just to get your attention, because they don't understand the difference between, you know, ow, that hurts me, versus, hey, I want your attention. They don't know that. That's what they do to each other, and it doesn't hurt them because they have tough skin. So, like I said, there's two types of biting. There's biting out of anger and biting for attention. They were never bit us out of anger. Maybe twice they got in trouble, or, you know, they were getting into something, so we snatched them up real quick. And they just didn't like it, so they bite us. But I have a mark right here from him biting me. I'll insert a picture right here. It was because I wasn't showing him any attention. I might have it on video. If I have it, I'll play it here. We're not gonna start. We're not gonna stop that biting. He grabbed onto me. He went to bite me to show me he wanted attention, and since I was a little too high for his legs, because they're long but their legs are small, he grabbed on. So when I pulled my arm up, he was hanging from my skin, and that's why. It hurt for just a second. It was kind of bruised a little bit, but it's all healed up now. No biggie. I don't resent him for it. I don't even know which one it was now that I think about it. Like I said, there's two types of biting. Just know that you never want them biting out of anger. You don't want them to bite at all, but there's also, I highly do not recommend sour cherry. We tried to get the sour apple spray, and they didn't have any, so we just got the sour cherry, and they loved it. So I sprayed it on my feet to see if they would, you know, not like it. And they loved it. They were attacking my feet, so I had to like go wash my feet. So don't get that. I highly, highly, highly don't recommend that. Like I said, every ferret's different, but 2 of my ferrets liked it, so I think that that's just weird. So I'll put the picture of what not to get right here. I haven't tried the sour apple. We haven't had a biting problem ever since. They might nibble on your shoes a little bit, but they never like bite like they were biting. I think it's because they're more comfortable with us. Next thing is food. They are predators, so they eat meat. They do not eat vegetables. They don't eat fruits. They don't eat greens, nothing like that. They are meat eaters. So they probably eat like smaller animals or whatever. I don't really know the types of meat they would eat out in the wild because I don't know, but for ferret food, you want to get ferret food that either doesn't have fruits and vegetables or is made with a little tiny bit of it, because, you know, it is very hard, especially being 17 and 18, to buy the big, expensive, fancy food. Of course, we want the best for them, but we can't always provide them with the top of the line. So either little to no fruits or vegetables in their food. Don't feed them vegetables, don't feed them fruit. If you have meat, you can feed them meat. Raw meat's even better for them. We don't feed them meat. I tried to give them ham yesterday. They didn't seem interested in it at all. It could have been just the way it was seasoned, or they could have not just been hungry. So don't feed them fruits or vegetables at all. You can look this up. It's not healthy for them. It can actually make them sick. So moving on, like I said, you litter box train them, or that's what we're doing. So we have the 2 litter boxes in their cage so that they use the bathroom. When they're in the litter box, or when they're in the cage with the door shut, they'll use the bathroom in the litter box. When they're outside the cage, it's like it doesn't click, which you're able to get another litter box to put outside. You can use cat litter, really any type of cat litter, or you can get like a ferret certified cat litter. You just need to be careful with, you know, watch the litter, make sure they're not eating it or anything, because it can be toxic. They shouldn't be eating it, but I've never seen my ferrets eat it. They'll roll around in it if it's fresh litter, because it's something to play in. So yeah, or you can use like the paper stuff they use at the pet stores, or you can use it for ferrets, bunnies, hamsters, gerbils, anything like that. The little paper stuff that goes in their cage, you can put that in their litter box. We didn't put anything in there. We have them literally, it's a dog bed. They love the dog bed. So the dog bed's in there. It's a small dog bed. I think it's for extra small dogs. We had litter. We're trying to move them onto paper because paper is a lot cheaper than litter. Fun fact. So get them used to the paper. I highly recommend. Getting along with our other animals, like I said, we have 3 dogs that stay down here, and we also have 4 cats. The 3 dogs that stay inside are ours, so they would move with us. Our ferrets would move with us. And the 4 cats, they're ours and our parents, like they're just a family pet, so it's kind of hard to say if they'd move with us whenever we move. But like I said, they're down here, they know the ferrets, whatever. They get along perfectly fine with all the animals in our house. They're predators, so the other animals, our cats and dogs, can sense that, and they also put off that energy. The ferrets will even chase the cats. The dogs don't really play with them because I feel like they're too big, or they're too rough, so they don't really play with them. They'll kind of chase them sometimes if they're running around all crazy, to let you know that they get along perfectly fine. They will steal anything that they can get their little paws on. So watch your keys, watch your underwear, your bras, any important paperwork or anything like that. Just watch it. They just want to play. They're very mischievous, so they want to play, they want to be sneaky. So I suggest that you keep nothing on the ground that isn't okay for them to play with. So we have dogs, so we already don't keep anything on the ground that isn't supposed to be on the ground. Watch them. Make sure you just, take care of them like you would a cat or a dog or whatever kind of animals you have at your house. Make sure you just take care of them, because they can live a long time if you take care of them and you love them and they stay together. They'll live a very long time. If you have any questions, if you're watching this, I can inform you with as much as I know. I'm very good with my animals. I know as much as I can about them. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a vet, I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I'm just a person who has ferrets, that researches about my ferrets. And yeah, so and introduce you to Noodle and Ollie. This right here is Ollie. Can you say hi? He's super like playful right now. No. This is Mr. Ollie. No, this does not hurt them. I'm holding them under their shoulders. They're super long, like I said. So compared to me, he wants to get down and run around. Let me find Noodle. Excuse me, get out of this hamper. Excuse me. This right here is Mr. Noodle. Because they're like noodles. This is him. If you want to know how we tell them apart, he's lighter in color all the way around. And his face does not have that does not have that black stripe that Ollie did. So that's how we tell them apart. If you liked this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you have any questions, comments, or anything that I could know about ferrets that I didn't say, go ahead and drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear it and maybe try it. Yeah, so make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.